Ladies, gentlemen, let the show begin. Alright, do you like video games? And I know you do. What about entertainment? We got that to video game. I'm not a video game. Video game. Oh no, what's the name? Video Game Armada. Time for another edition of This Just In. Or not. And this is the one true I'm the Gamer Boss Bronze. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I know it's a little early because it's still late October, but guess what? Nintendo gave us a present anyway. That's right. The NX revealed itself. First of all, it revealed itself as the Nintendo Switch. Very classy, very modern, but still very familiar. And showed us in a brief-ish presentation of what the Nintendo Switch is all about. First of all, it's a transformer, as some of the YouTuber commentators call it, and you get to clip a tablet-like device on. It's a screen, first of all, tablet-like device. One side gets a remote, another side gets a remote, and you could take it on the go. You can take it to the park, you can take it on a plane, you can take it in the bathroom. I'm gonna be doing that a lot. You could take it grocery shopping. You could take it on commutes, various other places. You could take it anywhere, and it should still have the same graphical stability of the console when you take it at home. Yes, when you take it at home, you just slide it into its main docking station. It will become a fully fledged home console yet again with bigger screen, which is your TV screen. That's amazing. But what also is amazing? This thing could be shared with two people, where you and a friend can share one part of the Nuvei controller of this bad boy, and you guys can play something like, Mario Kart, or maybe, hopefully, cross your fingers, since Capcom is one of the people putting in their games for the new Switch, maybe Street Fighter V, because let me tell you something, getting Street Fighter V on your PC is a bad experience, and I got not a powerhouse PC, but I got a very decent PC that can play most games I throw in its face, but not Street Fighter V for some reason. Go figure, huh? What else? Almost forgot. It can also play games not with CDs. CDs are so last century, darling. No. You could play on game cards right now. And before you even ask, is playing on a card feasible? First of all, please, people, I don't remember the last time I played anything on a disc without getting some patch update or some install, bric-a-brac that takes up a good chunk of my hard drive space from like 20 gig to 50 gig to 100 gig. Forget about it. And then you probably counter and say, how much room can a stupid game card have? That's ridiculous. Wrong. To date, there is 256 gigabyte cards, micro SD cards that existed today, and I'm sure something that Nintendo will be using will be comparable for that space. So imagine it, people, all the game on the one thing that you bought without having to install. Now granted, I'm sure you may have to install things in the future, but for the titles we're going to get, I'll bet my bottom dollar you won't install any extra goodies. Maybe a patch update for online stuff, but that's probably it. So yeah, all the game on that one card, because there should be enough space. 256 gigabytes in one card? Shoot. It's a no-brainer. And Nintendo is knowing what you do. That's why you never count out Nintendo. Look at all of this. I've been looking at this trailer like 5 times already, maybe 10 times. I don't know. And a lot of people on the internetosphere applaud Nintendo for being forward-thinking and imaginative as they should be. There are some Debbie Doubters. Should really, really relax. They're not even out yet. It will be out soon, people. Yes, it will be out March 2017. That is like 5 months, more or less, to come to our beautiful, glorious shores, and I, for one, will be the first person in line, maybe. But the point is, don't massacre this thing before you had a chance to properly play it. That is just not honorable. You should look a guy in the face before you call him stupid. Don't be a troll. just enjoy this awesomeness right now. This is great. And also, I kind of feel bad for people who bought the VR stuff. The Switch really does kill the VR market. It really does. I mean, and yes, I ain't gonna be that guy who just talk smack and not claim my hate. I'm not a big fan of VR. I think it's stupid and kind of infeasible technology, since here comes my Nintendo fanboyness. The Virtual Boy did it like years and years ago, and it didn't quite take off. Granted, the Virtual Boy was red everywhere, jeez. But still, the principle was still pretty much the same, and VR will go the way of the dodo not too long from now. But I'm getting off track. So, the Switch. The Switch is amazing, right? Do I have any fears? Well, unlike most people out there who have always the same issue with Nintendo consoles, how's it gonna look? It probably won't look as good as my 4-game monster-like console from Xbox or PlayStation, or my graphical powerhouse, dude, that is my PC. My PC can bench 1,000 pounds of pressure per square inch because of its high graphical processor, dude. Yeah, no, it probably won't be as strong as those kind of consoles for high-end graphics. But looks aren't everything, people. This is Nintendo. You go for them for creativity, for excellence in games, for pretty much those two things, creativity and excellence in games. That is their MO, and that's why they're still here. An almost 100-year company still beating off the would-be pretenders. And I promise you, people, people are gonna, the other companies that make consoles will try to copy off this in one way, shape, or form. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. What do I think is could be a problem with this new console, the new Switch? Well, not a problem, hopefully, just a concern. I really, really, really hope, and I haven't heard anyone mention this in all the researching, data, fact-finding stuff I was doing before I decided to post this from other commenters on YouTube. No one's mentioned it yet, but I am just a little concerned. I just want to hope that the battery life for when you go portable on the Switch is comparable. Like my old 3DS, I love it to death, but unfortunately, its battery life was sucky. You only get a couple hours. You can only get a couple hours of straight play it before you get that blinking like red light. I hate that blinking red light. It always ruins my fun, man. The later, more improved 3DSs were a little better, but not that much. The new Nintendo 3DS is much better. I could play for hours and hours on end, and still no freaking red light. Only until the end of the day, where it's 5 o'clock, I gotta punch my clock, go back home, a hard day of playing games, being lazy, only when I see that light. And even then, I'll be home, so I said, oh, here comes that light, better plug my thing in. And I don't get bad because I know I've been putting paces, been putting miles on the new Nintendo 3DS. So, if the new Nintendo Switch has the same battery life or better than the new Nintendo 3DS, then I'll be a happy man. If not, there could be some issues. But I'm a positive guy. I know Nintendo is a smart enough company to address those power concerns right out the gate. Otherwise, the Nintendo Switch is the next coming of the great console wars. I know we're still sort of in the middle of the current console wars, but again, when Nintendo hits the field with something new, all the pretenders will either try to match or try to outdo. They can outdo graphically, but they can't outdo anywhere else. And that's my take on this just in or not. And of course, this is the one true the gamer, Boss Bronze, telling you to stay tuned for all the goodness in video games, entertainment, and the like. Until then, take care.